Decline.
That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah. And I mean, we have Kaisers, so I'm probably just going to go back and through Kaiser because it's just easier conceptually. I don't know if our Kaiser bill is going to go up or down because of that. My wife's the primary on it because she's younger. So I don't know how it works. You know, that's not my wheelhouse. But I know that I switch over to Medicare. Yep. I get to carry one of those little cards around now, which I think you can actually prove that you can go to the restaurant and say, how do we know you're a senior? You look like you're only 53. It's like, here's my Medicare card. Oh, well, then you must be a senior because you have one of those cards.
It's absolutely an excellent topic. And I did that a couple years back when my mom came down with lung cancer, and I was trying desperately to find information out, and I went to Kaiser because we have Kaiser as well. And I was asking all these questions, and I think your prices do go down, which is massively helpful for you and your wife, but not your children. So you still have to pay for them. But they were my parents were they're qualified for Medicare, and they had all these different programs, and it's like trying to figure out the Rubik's Cube. And they have people there that can sit down with you and talk to you about it. And they actually have seminars, and they're, you know, coming from the military, the Kaiser is exactly like going to medical in the Marines. It's just like you go to see corpsman, get checked in, and they tell you where to go. It's all automated.
Stand over here, stand over there, you know, swipe here.
Yeah. And it's so much easier than when we had Blue Cross, because like I played hockey, right? When I was younger, I played hockey, and I bashed my finger in, and instead of it bending this way, it bent this way, you know, this way.
Okay, I'm getting
make sure it wasn't broken. So I had to go see my primary, and then the primary had to set up an appointment or give me permission to set up an appointment. Then I had to physically make the call to talk to an ortho, and I had to get an x-ray, so I had to make that appointment. And when I went to Kaiser, they're like, oh no, you just go over here, they're ready for you. And then you go over here and they're ready for you, and you do this. And
yeah, I remember a few years back, you know, I like to tell people I was playing rugby or something when I tore my meniscus in my left knee. Actually, I bent down in my office after shifting things around, for shifting furniture around. I bent down to pick up a piece of paper, and the meniscus tore in my left knee, just pop like that, and drove me to the ground. I mean, I had to crawl down the hallway, drag myself to a car, and get to a Walgreens so I could buy a pair of crutches. And so I went in and literally went into my internal medicine guy, who's been my guy for 15 years now, something. We've grown up together. You know, and they said, okay, immediately it was, well, you need to get an MRI done. And I actually went to an MRI center and had it done just private pay. It was cheaper than if I had had it done at Kaiser, ironically. You know, I probably saved $500 by going and having it done. Then they gave me like a disc and everything with the results, which I carried back. And it's like, I got a referral to an orthopedic surgeon virtually immediately. It was right. Like, you know, well, we'll get you a consult with the surgeon like right away. And went over to the surgical consult. He looked at us saying, yeah, you got a bucket handle tear here. We can't repair that. It's going to have to be removed. You're too old for us to repair it because there's not enough blood flow in your knee at this age to heal. If you were 25 and you did this, we could go in, we could stitch it up, and it would stitch back together and heal itself. But at your age, it's not going to work. So we scheduled the surgery. It was like consult. I had the surgery 2 days later, outpatient. They got me home, had the worst, most painful night of my life after the surgery. I couldn't sleep. It would hurt so badly. They gave me Vicodin, and I really do not take narcotics. And so I'm going to suffer through this. And I did. But Kaiser is really good for that kind of stuff.
Right.
You don't have to get a note to take over and make an appointment with this doctor and then make an appointment with this doctor. By the time you're done meeting your primary, you know, they've already say, you know, well, you know, you can head over to the such and such clinic right now. You're in the system. Just go over, check in, and, you know, get your blood work done, get your prescription picked up there. That's a thing I like about Kaiser is it is efficient in a way that most bureaucracies are not. Right. But they really are efficient, and their emphasis on preventative care is I think it's unparalleled. I mean, and they nag you. They nag you like mom, you know, like send back your colon screening test. Do we need to send another one to you? Come on, Robbie, come on, you know what to do. And they keep after you, and they're constantly calling you, and they're emailing you and messaging you and all this stuff. And it can get a little irksome, but at the same time, it's nice to know that they've got your back and they're reminding you of things.
You know,
his screening done.
And the customer service there it's amazing. You know, they're so friendly. I'm always so everybody has complaints about them. Not everybody. I have other friends that are massive fans of Kaiser as well. But people are like, oh no, I love my Blue Cross. I'd rather do this. I'd rather do that. When I had Blue Cross, I adopted the park down here, La Colina Park, about 7 years ago, picking up trash by myself with my dog. And we're hanging out. Back then I was using a garbage bag, and I had a little picker-upper stick thing. And I was doing that. I picked up glass and I dragged it across my leg. And I cut my leg open, probably this long.
Wow.
Super painful. I went to Blue Cross because we had there. I didn't have Blue Cross. We had to go to I didn't go to emergency. I went to a clinic, and the clinic wound up costing me like $750 after everything was said and done. And then it was like another $150 for him to come and check out the next day to make sure it wasn't insured. And they said, come back and we'll take the stitches out in, you know, X amount of days. Like, and I'm going to pay another office visit. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I took out the stitches by myself. But they gave me 7 stitches for $750. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So Kaiser would have been like $50 done. You know.
Yeah, they walk in and say, well, here, let's debride the wound, you know, make sure it's all cleaned out. All right, we'll give you a local. Okay, they'll stitch you up right there, cover it with, you know, with gauze or something like that, give you some supplies to change it, and probably put in stitches that dissolve on their own.
That would have been nicer.
Yeah.
I've pulled out stitches before. When I was in the Marines, I was on patrol and landed into some razor wire and cut my knee up pretty bad. And I pulled those out, and, you know, just do it.
Okay. So you ready to get this clam bake going?
Yeah. So do me a favor real quick. Take 2 seconds and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Also hit the like, the little thumbs up, and the little bell so you'll be notified of upcoming videos.